Okay, so I have a fun little tidbit of information to share with the gang.
Yes.
I mentioned this briefly in our group chat, but I want to address it to everyone who listens to our show. Of that, rest in peace to one of Corner Späti's most favorite
Recurring
characters.
Yeah.
And that is President of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan.
Someone who believed in us before we did.
I had to make an obituary for him the other day because apparently there were so many rumors of his death.
Oh, yeah.
They
yeah.
were. The thing is, they're all persecuted.
I wanted to get to that, Yulia, but thank you. Yeah.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
So apparently, Erdogan at G20 was so fucking just slizzard off, like he couldn't speak right and shit, that immediately after, so he spoke on the 31st of October at the G20 conference, and then just does media blackout, just disappears.
Yeah.
And
he didn't even go to the climate summit.
Yeah. Well, what was he gonna fucking do?
He could take a nap like Joe Biden.
Saying how great Turkey is doing when it comes to climate
Rob,
neutrality.
Have you seen the video where Erdogan takes a nap in the middle of a press conference? He's done that before.
I'm not sure. Yeah. So what's the worry?
He was dozing off, I think, at the G20 as well.
King shit, yeah. But this is the thing, is that so there was Erdogan was slurring his speech, limping around, not looking good.
He's just high.
Yeah, fucking Erdogan just
too much. Xanax.
Dirty Sprite.
I think he's just depressed.
Lean and Xanax.
Someone should check in on him. I think he's depressed.
Smoking on that shit that killed Ataturk.
Yeah. So, but a bunch of rumors were going around to the point that then some media outlets were preparing obituaries.
Rightfully so.
And
we should always have one in the pocket. Just in case.
Yeah, agreed. But one of the
wishful thinking, but it's still
doing the secret.
Yeah, so just as Yulia previously mentioned though, is that now 30 people are now being prosecuted by the Turkish government for spreading misinformation about the death of their glorious leader, which is the most psychotic thing I've heard of recent of pretty much just Twitter beef.
I mean, I guess my question is, what the hell do they think would happen? Like, if Turkish shit posters were just posting, yep, Erdogan dead. Just what's going to happen?
I mean, you can get into trouble.
Shown that he didn't die.
Oh, yeah, no, but, totally. It's just that, I always love countries like this. States like this, states like that we live in their history and stuff. We talk about this with Spain. Of just how fucking insecure they are about their country. Just if someone posts that Erdogan is dead one more time, this whole thing comes crumbling down. Istanbul in flames.
Well, I mean, to be serious, yeah. If Erdogan died, there is no Erdogan has centralized so much power around him, got rid of the prime minister, remember? The vice president of Turkey is just some bizarre guy who they kind of forced to join the AKP, who was a independent guy. I forget his name off the top of my head.
They pushed out Turkey's Jared Kushner, the son-in-law, got pushed out.
Oh yeah, because he was the head of the central bank.
He was fucking shit up.
Yeah, so
another win for Jared Kushner.
That's right.
It's part of the Middle East peace process.
He keeps winning.
But I find that was a very Späti moment of that one. Twitter beef ending up in the sense of you being prosecuted in Turkey is very much, unfortunately, a vibe of our show.
How did he? So how did he get sick? Do we know?
So there were rumors that Erdogan had cancer and shit, and that he just didn't treat it. That was one of the rumors. Other rumors were that then he had COVID, which he would never get COVID. He's not Bolsonaro. He's not getting it 4, 5, 6 times.
Yeah, how does he manage to get so much COVID?
He's finding new types of COVID. He's on COVID 24. At this point.
I just think that Bolsonaro just loves getting
mindset.
We're all here playing red and blue like chumps. He's playing gold and silver.
Yeah, no, Bolsonaro definitely just loves having photo ops of him in the
so many tubes up his
nose, just just shoving cum up his nose.
Yeah. Wasn't there a point where he had? Yeah, no, actually, yeah. Sorry, fuck, I completely forgot this. He had a shit pipe. He had
What?
his bowels were impacted, and he had to have poop coming out of his mouth.
No.
Yeah,
I
there-
mean, it's not like he doesn't do that normally when he
It's a real
speaks, but-
procedure, and sometimes people need it, but sometimes your bowels get impacted. That the only way to relieve you is they put the pipe all the way down from the mouth.
That is the
And
most
then they pump
vile
it out
thing
of
I've
them.
ever heard
Pump
of.
it out
Your
that
mouth? I thought
way.
there was a South Park thing.
I mean, if it's done well, you're still just, tasting tube. Like, you're just tasting
Hopefully.
plastic. You're not tasting...
Yeah, what is Bolsonaro's presidency if not a poorly written episode of South Park
Yeah,
from
definitely,
the
definitely.
from
They
the
just
mid
got it over there.
2010s?
Yeah.
They just got South Park over there.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share. Simply
Thank
of the
you.
fact of don't spread fake news in Turkey. You will
Yeah.
end up in jail,
Yeah.
for anything.
For anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm still. I mean, I don't know if there's been any I don't know if Erdogan's been in public recently, but fingers crossed.
Well, he's
you
busy
know,
preparing the
his
war
his
on-
his
on
obituary.
Kurdistan. No, his
Yeah.
own obituary. No.
Yeah.
I was great.
Yeah. So the corner Späti line is thoughts and prayers to Erdogan.
Yeah.
Not that he gets better.
He-
rather,
no, he-
R.I.P. to Oh no, wait, he's not dead yet.
R.I.P. to whenever he dies.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Guys, there's so much negativity. He's not dead. He's not even sick. He's fine. He's just, taking a holiday. Him and the Queen.
I had to make the Queen's
Or maybe
obituary
they're
immediately
mad.
after. So
Maybe they met. Maybe when Charles was speaking at the G20, he
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, my mom thinks you're hot," and then everyone was like, "Ah, damn."
yeah,
Yeah.
Erdogan's in
Make her
heaven.
my queen.
Erdogan's in heaven. David Bowie's singing,
Yeah, like-
and
Yulia's
Jack
actually-
Bruce is playing bass for him. Or
Yulia is
whoever.
actually a part of a very active shipping community called Lizawan,
Yes.
where you ship the Queen of England with Erdogan.
Erdogan's doing so many.
After Greece, you kind of want Turkey as well, don't you?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean,
Yeah.
What actually happened though is that the Queen's was going into surgery and Erdogan said, "I'll be with you when you wake up." And then she woke up. And asked, Where's Recep Tayyip? And he's like, whose kidney do you think you? I don't know. What does she fucking need? Whose eyeball? Whose left eyeball do you think you have?
Adrenochrome.
Yeah.
Not that good Turkish.
Whose good Turkish adrenochrome did you get?
Oh my God.
Or whatever, the most glorious hair plugs that you could ever get.
The Queen needs hair plugs.
I don't
The
know. but
Queen's
that's the
like, I
only,
always
that's the
wanted-
only medical export that I can think that Turkey's actually
yeah,
really
they're great
good
at
at.
it.
They're really good at hair plugs.
Also, I have a plastic surgery, but especially
But
with hair plugs. Yes.
The Queen's like, I always wanted a mustache like this. We didn't have to kill him. We could just shave his mustache.
No.
But yeah, Erdogan's doing illegal coke deals in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, heaven is the Bulgarian border that just never ends.
Heaven is the Bulgarian border.
Queen Elizabeth looked back at her life walking through a beach with two sets of footprints. She always walked through life with Erdogan. But then she noticed when she looked back at the toughest points in her life, there was only one set of footprints. And she turns to Erdogan and says, Erdogan, when I accepted you into my life, you said you would always be there. But when I was going through my darkest times, I see I was walking alone. And Erdogan turns to her and says, no, my child, it was I who carried you through those dark times.
That's so nice. That's so
It's beautiful.
I want someone like that in my life.
I'm down for the Lisdowan shit.
Right? Yeah, same.
At the hardest points in Erdogan's life, he turned back and there was just a tank tread on the beach.
Yeah, and it was a German Tiger 4, whatever the fuck they're called, carrying him and the Queen.
Did you understand, Erdogan, during your
Germany
hardest
always
times?
get to help out.
During your hardest points in life, so I did a coup for you.
Stupid me. The new
Did a
German
coup
tanks
for
are
you.
called
That's-
Leopard
that's-
2s. How
That
could I be
rhymes
so
with its
gauche?
romance. I did a
Yeah.
coup for you.
I did a coup for
I did
you.
a
Yeah.
coup for you.
Or it's the end of Thelma and Louise.
They've been robbing. They're about to drive off a cliff, the two of them.
Exactly. Hey. Welcome to your weekly Corner Späti. We have the full gang.
Boo! Don't like this energy.
Yeah, it's myself, Nick, joined by Kieran.
Yo.
Yulia is
Hey,
back,
I'm back. Hi.
and Rob.
That's me. Hey.
And Rob broke his brain on a prize.
Oh well, I didn't know it was going to be a cool prize.
Yeah.
that you could tabulate data for.
So
I thought it was just a dumb thing that Europe was like, we love the right wing. No,
Yeah,
that you can make stats.
Yeah, so when the rest of the world was caring about the Nobel Peace Prize, 2 weeks ago, Rob was doing what the real heads do, which is, looking at the minor league stats of who's
It's all about the college football.
The college, I was about to say.
and
That actually is pretty accurate because they brag that 5 Sakharov Prize winners went on to win the Nobel Peace Prize. So
yeah, see, look.
yeah, that's a good,
Oh, damn.
and you're betting
So you can get
or maybe
drafted
you're,
for the Nobel Prize.
yeah.
Peace Prize.
My fantasy Nobel Peace Prize league.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, do
dun,
that.
dun.
Oh my god, it's gonna be great.
But yeah, so Rob, please tell us what you have found.
Well, okay, I didn't find it. Other people were talking about the one a little.
I know you
little
didn't
thing
find it,
called
but you found it
the.
in our
Hold on,
regard.
I have
Rob
to,
invented.
I have to get the full name. Okay, this is the Sakharov Prize for Freedom of
Sakharov.
Thought, which is a prize given out yearly by the European Parliament since 1988.
Okay.
It is the highest tribute, according to this directly from the website, paid by the European Union to human rights work.
Do you know only 3 years after the invention of the Sakharov Prize, the second world collapsed? So, we got
Yeah.
these stats going.
Oh yeah, true.
So that's what all the early nominees or winners are, just like USSR dissidents.
Yeah,
aren't they?
dissidents.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Yeah, yeah.
dissident.
And then
prize,
Mikhail
basically.
Gorbachev eventually.
We love that Pizza Hut
Yeah,
commercial.
if not the greatest Soviet dissident, so much the fact that he ruined the country and then did a Louis Vuitton ad immediately
The
after.
third Sakharov Prize was for the 29% of people who voted for abolishing the USSR in Russia.
Yeah, it's definitely the year where the Nobel Peace Prize went to just journalists. Because this has one of these as well when we get into it, where they get the years they just can't award it to anyone. So it's we're just gonna give it to the United Nations, the world gets it.
The
You
girl
know,
reading this.
Yeah, I love when these bullshit prizes just double down, realizing that their bullshit prize is too bullshit that year.
Yeah.
So they just will name just an institution. Whatever. We gave it to just the ragers and the the ones who are out there, doing the struggle.
It is basically the same thing as the Nobel Peace Prize because as Kieran and I a few months back talked about with the history of the Nobel Peace Prize, they love just saying everything's good, the world's getting better, and if you're open and listen to a bunch of Norwegian men and women, you can the world will be a better place.
The arrogance of the Nobel Peace Prize being we'll get to that peace shit next year, You'd be real about
Peace shit coming. Yeah.
You'd be real about it. And again, for the 20th year running, no one has won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah,
Get it together.
Peace is definitely like Lil Uzi Vert's Eternal Take, that he's gonna just continuously, hint at it for years, drop it, and it sucks. No one wants it.
It doesn't suck. It's pretty good.
I personally didn't like Eternal Take, and I don't think I'll
liked
like
it.
Peace.
We got
I
move.
liked
We
it.
gotta
It
move
has
on
some bangers on
into
it.
less controversial waters.
Yeah.
So the Sakharov Prize is named after, Andrei Alexei? What's his name?
Andrei
Sakharov,
Sakharov.
who was a nuclear physicist and widely credited with getting that good hydrogen bomb shit
Yeah.
in the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And then the rest of his life was
Moscow mid.
we should probably not do that.
Yeah, in a meeting with Khrushchev, he said I think it's a bad idea because after a bomb test, people died, and he said this is gonna happen with every of these bombs. I guess. That's
Wait,
what bombs are.
You mean
for.
a nuclear warhead killed people?
Yeah. So, and he also was against the rehabilitation of Stalin, and then he started, unlike the EU, to fight for the rights of Armenians, Kurdish people,
Oh.
Georgians, and yeah.
As I understand it, I mean, he was a dissident. He was
Yeah.
kind of sidelined and persecuted, but he had relatively like a lot of leeway for being like,
Yeah.
you know, the scientist who had like this breakthrough with,
Yeah.
you know, their nuclear technology. and all
Yeah,
that.
and then saying we shouldn't do it.
So in 1988, the EU, of course, names their prize for
An
you know,
op.
human rights and freedom and democracy after. If you remember on mine and Kieran's episode, we, you know, on this podcast from time to time, if there's easy money, we're going to tell you to take it.
Yeah.
And we were saying the World Health Organization and COVAX, which was pretty high up in the betting in the odds, which apparently exist for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes.
They fumbled the bag. They did not win the
Oh, they
Nobel
fucked it up.
2021 Nobel Peace Prize.
Butchered it.
There's always next year. You know,
I mean, we
probably still going to need vaccines
Well,
next
it's
year.
still going
Yeah,
on.
wait,
It's looking
can I
great
give
Maybe
you-
you can
right
get
now.
it in.
Yeah, can I give the Nobel Peace Prize to Sputnik vaccine? As
Sure,
Yes.
sure. You should have nominated it, man.
yeah, well,
Should've.
You're
too bad I don't
Norwegian,
have a. Yeah, I'm Norwegian, right? Oh my god, that reminds me how every
Well,
year
any
there's that,
European, I mean, the Sakharov Prize is nominated by the EU. So
Yeah.
in theory, you're represented by someone who should be representing your
Call
will,
your senator.
which includes
Your MEP, I guess.
call your MEP.
Yeah.
Yeah, call your
Who is
MEP.
my MEP? I gotta find that out. I'll call him and be like, nominate the Sputnik
Make your
vaccine.
MEP your MVP.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just remembered of that one. Is that guy from the Progress Party who every year nominates Donald Trump?
Yeah. Yeah.
Notice me, senpai.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So who did win? It was two journalists. One is Maria Ressa, a Filipino journalist, founded a company called Rappler. She was found guilty of violating a 2012 anti-cybercrime law for doing, and this is apparently the quote, cyber libel against Duterte.
Cyber libel.
She was doing high-tech libel.
Cyber libel is the
High-tech
next.
How you do that?
Cyber libel is the next stretch goal on our Patreon. Help us pay for all the cyber libel suits.
How do
Yeah.
you do that? What did you do? Like,
I don't know. She just said
Posted?
she was just. They did a lot of reporting on the drug
Anything
war
Duterte,
in the
yeah.
Philippines and basically anything about Duterte.
All
you
right.
can
Solidarity
argue.
with this person for being a poster. We will have to respect her.
Oh yeah, no. She's actually cool. Like,
Sure she
like
is.
yeah. No,
I believe
this is the thing that's very weird about this year is that you have one person who's like, I would argue, doing very good work in a hyper authoritarian state, and then you have another one who is, the other guy that we're gonna be getting to. That's just kind of like a weird. He's not even like bad. He's
No.
he's pretty standard. But the fact of that, then just like, I think the symbolism of why he got it's kind of weird.
yeah.
It's always very milquetoast.
Yeah.
It's always like we picked the safest radical or something. Like I don't know how you even describe it. Like, yeah, right.
The person Nick is alluding to is one Dmitry Muratov, Russian journalist,
Of the Novaya
the editor in chief
Gazeta.
of the. Can you say
Sorry.
that again for me?
Novaya Gazeta.
That. A pretty prominent
new magazine.
independent Russian newspaper.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have
Considered
anything
one of
else
the
to say.
only independent newspapers.
Yeah,
Like,
but what's
that is not
so
like,
the,
Kremlin controlled.
I buried the lead here a little bit. The 2021 winner of the Sakharov Prize was one Alexei Navalny. I would say his name wrong.
Navalny.
baby.
My name is Alex Navalny. I own a Dave and Buster.
Have you seen Rick and Morty? My son introduced me to this show. It's about time travel.
He becomes a pickle.
And so
Oh God, I forgot about that. He was
Yeah.
So a lot of people were like, the EU is doing what the Nobel Peace Prize can't. Now I'm in my head. Navalny's the real hero
yeah,
here,
exactly.
and the Nobel Peace Prize just can't give it to him.
They too pussy is what they were getting at.
For what it's worth, we have a quote here from Muratov who said, "It's not me. It's not mine. I'm not the right beneficiary.
Oh, no.
There are real ones. It's just that the Nobel Peace Prize isn't awarded posthumously. It's awarded to living people. So obviously they decided to award it to someone living, having in mind and list off a ton of Russian journalists who I believe he worked with who were killed.
Oh, right. Okay. That kind of, like, initially to me, it kind of sounded like, watch this space. Before I die, we're going to do some crazy shit.
Anna Politkovskaya is
a lot of older.
worked
not
with his newspaper, for example, and she was killed, and it's still like not investigated, the murder of her.
Right.
And stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that. So,
Putin, Putin will not investigate like these things, obviously, because
of
it's kind of like who's going to be behind it. I think everyone knows that Putin's killed these journalists. It's not like a secret. The thing I just find funny is that he gave the Macklemore Grammy speech afterwards, where he's like, "Yeah, you don't remember that?" Where he was like, "I don't deserve it. It was Kendrick." Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. Kendrick was still like robbed that
So
year.
think of it this way: Alexei Navalny is
no. This is Muratov.
no. Navalny is the Kendrick Lamar too.
No,
It's true. He's
just
Jack from Twitter, his favorite rapper.
He's just got the headphones on. And he's like, hold up, drank. And he's just like, yes, that is me. That's what my life is like.
Muratov, for what it's worth, said he would have given the prize to Alexei Navalny, which I believe is exactly what Macklemore said if it were his choice.
he said he would have done that.
Yes, he would have done that.
Was he drunk or something?
Again, that he didn't get the point of the Kendrick Lamar song. Swimming pools.
Yeah, drinking is cool.
Yeah.
What? I literally did that as a teenager. You get a whole swimming pool of alcohol. And then a ladle, and you drink from it.
It was 1973 in a dacha outside of Moscow.
It was 2013 in suburban Dublin.
I love that. Yeah. Every good story starts like that.
It's like the opening of Goodfellas. Me and my boys had a maid.
Kieran couldn't become maid though because he was Irish.
But the hobo's delight was flowing. That's what we called it, hobo's delight.
I heard homo's delight.
We didn't serve it once in a rainbow paddling pool because it was you usually go get the cheapest pool from Argos, and it was like there's a €3 pool, but there's a €4 pool with a rainbow over it. And it's like let's splooge this year and get the €4 pool.
Splooge. Yo, we splooging.
My man splooging.
I don't care if that's a real word.
It is a real word. It just means something different.
Yeah, whatever. Look, I
You
female
meant
ejaculated.
splurge.
I meant splurge. I did mean splurge.
Yeah, no, you meant splooge. Kieran splooging at the shop.
What is Fuji?
We'll tell you after. Before we get into the Sakharov Prize discussion, we need to. We can dwell for a minute on Russia. We can just see how long we go.
Let's check in on Russia.
Those like
Yo, check this out. It's 11% of the Earth's surface.
those vigilance. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. The New York Times has certainly jumped on the opportunity to point out, in their words, how the Nobel Peace Prize laid bare the schism in Russia's opposition. Because no matter what Muratov says, Navalny's in jail, and Muratov engages with the Kremlin, did not support the smart voting initiative from Navalny, and there's a little bit of a tension there.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah, Navalny's quote in this is one of the most psychotic things I've read. It's literally just the George W. Bush quote, just redone of that we don't negotiate with terrorists.
oh yeah. No, he did literally say that.
Like referring to the Kremlin and.
What?
Yeah.
Dude.
This is the thing that I think that we want to always put on the table for Corner Späti is that while Russia is Putin's bad.
Yeah.
I think that's no secret to anyone.
No.
Navalny's a fucking psychopath. And I think that while the thing I think that's really interesting with Putin's, you can actually just call it his reign of the country, is that it's more just less the fact of like, he is the truest form of a populist where he just like doesn't actually have his own politics anymore. It's just like, what does Russia want? And legitimately does do the general thing of what like the majority hyper-reactionary people.
I mean, that's why he got the Orthodox Church involved, because the people wanted it.
Yeah.
It's not like, I don't think Putin cares much about the Orthodox Church.
Yeah, he just wants to have his
he's
like.
a fucking ex-KGB. Like I think he's not the most religious dude in the
I've
the
seen
world.
him in a church a few times. He's looking real good in there.
He's looking
pious.
really good.
Yeah.
But like it's
but yeah, if Russia wants it, if Russia wants to be like homophobic, he's like, okay, let's do it. Yeah.
But this isn't like, it's so weird. I guess the thing that's always strange to me is like how that analysis is not necessarily something new. There's literally an episode of House of Cards where they're like Putin analog basically says that exact
Oh,
same
Matt
thing.
Mikkel's brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
Yes, true.
But
Where he's having a
that's
cigar
true.
with him. He's like, I don't really care what's happening in Russia, but or whatever.
Yeah, no,
Or
like,
like I don't
good
care about the
Russian
gays
accent.
or whatever.
Yeah, that's it. He's like, my son's best friend is gay. I'm actually not homophobic,
Yeah.
but Russia is.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah,
Which is like low key, just like the most bizarre version of like Russophobia within an American TV show. Of it, it's just like, see, it's Russia as a whole. That's the fucking problem.
yeah, to an extent, like he's not doing anything to push it, blah blah blah. But it's amazing how like that analysis can exist in a writer's room of Americans, yet like the other writer's room or journalists or whatever can't fucking come to that conclusion.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
journalists
yeah.
like literally just have their brains spill out of their ears whenever they write about Russia.
TV
Because they
writers
don't
are the
just
worst
fucking-
people in the world.
No, but yeah, no. Just wanted to say because they got the positions because they knew someone, and not because they know
Oh, yeah,
something.
Yeah, absolutely. yeah.
This is
But
not every
Cronyism,
journalist, not
nah.
every. Yeah,
no,
but
it doesn't
a
exist in the
lot.
West. Of course not. That
Don't
only
you
exists-
mean cronyism mitskia?
Yeah, we're over here fucking doing disinformatia. Yeah.
That's what that's, yeah.
But I just think it's really funny in the sense of while Navalny is being pushed very obviously by the West, I think that then it's you can just call it at face value what it is. It's just like Ned, the CIA.
Not enough by the Norwegians, apparently.
Yeah, no,
The European Parliament's calling them out.
but yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
what-
it's just
what's
very
going on
obvious
there?
the fact that there's just been like Navalny has been this like astroturfed opposition forever, and I get the sense that there's no real other technical like opposition factor in Russia. However, the most popular secondary party in Russia is something that the United States would never support.
Soyuz Veroshin.
That's because the United States does not work with Nazbuls, Nick.
Okay, so I can maybe give I can give an introduction to this, but I feel like
Do it.
Julia and Nick might know a bit more,
No, but-
which is
I can't even make the Nazbul joke in Russia because there are actual Nazbuls.
yeah, you can.
So because of like the fucked up situation of COVID in Russia, which is that there is no like real situation other than that like no one wants to get the vaccine apparently that they made. Putin
Such a
apparently
pretty
got
mission.
it, but like
would you
didn't
not?
show it, I guess, and shit like
He
that.
didn't take his shirt off and showed me his arm like Mitsotakis.
The one,
Yeah, the one photo op, the one, and then like he
the
had
one
like
time he wouldn't get topless. For
Yeah.
yeah.
So
The one time
sad.
that he didn't have someone just like following his every move with the camera, he's just like, yeah, I took it. You got to believe me. And so, like, restrictions in Russia are kind of all over the place. Vaccination rates kind of like, it's not horrible. It's not nearly as bad as other countries. Russia's just kind of been like Russia was the first country to have a vaccine. I think everyone forgets that as well. And they've made it a big point of soft power to like export this vaccine to countries that then the West won't. So it's
First
like
ones in space, first ones with the
yeah,
vaccine.
and it's not so much the fact of that there is like a super dire situation, like say like in like Romania right now or
Romania,
something, where you
yeah,
have
that's horrible.
incredibly low vaccination rates of like around 30%.
500 deaths a day.
Yeah. Just
Ooh, that's like whole of Romania, basically.
it is not all of Romania, Yulia. Stop it.
No, of
I mean, there's towns out in the
Yeah.
west of Romania that probably has half that as their population.
in the rural area where the like medical
Facilities aren't,
facilities
like,
are
yeah.
already like horrible, and like,
Yeah.
people die because of bad health in general. Like the cemeteries are pushing to their limits.
Yeah, and so Romania had a thing where they were trying to like get people to come into the capital cities, or not into the major cities, to these like vaccination marathons and whatnot. But Russia hasn't been horrible, but hasn't been great.
Nope.
And the one party who's been doing very well as like Corona opposition, maybe not directly Corona opposition, but like more like Putin opposition, has been the Russian Communist Party.
KPRF.
Yeah, which is very odd because they're not maybe like there's kind of a reason why I haven't been seeing a lot of people on the internet.
Saying, "Wait, yeah, great."
Yeah, they have a very complex history to say
Yes,
the
they
least.
do.
Yeah. So I guess the the KPRF is very interesting because like they started in 1993. They're kind of like historically, as Rob was kind of alluding to, maybe like Nazbol a little bit. They apparently come from the Menshevik tradition. Far enough back. But the thing that's gotten people excited recently is that there is like this now youth movement kind of taking it over and turning it into something decent, turning it into something that's like a bit more of a opposition with teeth.
Bit more, of a Communist Party.
One of the things they ran on majorly was corona relief for like the common person, basically attacking the existing government for only giving like bailouts to banks and industries and not like individuals within the country.
What do you do when you run like a literal like oligopoly? Yo, me and my homies, we eating and we gonna keep eating.
There's other people? Nah.
No, they had to complete Nord Stream. Nord Stream 2 had to get completed on time, dog.
Yes, they're pushing for it.
I mean, to be very fair, it did because my gas price is fucking going through the roof now. So come on, hurry up.
So like that's really interesting. I think we'll probably do. I would like to do an episode in the future about the KPRF and maybe like that more modern wing of it, that younger wing that's like on the attention of like international media and stuff, because it does seem interesting. But there's also like those people who were there before, who were like the national Bolsheviks or whatever, they're like still there. So that's kind of like an issue as well. That's all I know about this situation. I want to know more. So let's find out together as a team.
Right now?
You mean with the Russian Communist Party? Yeah, we have to research about that.
We do, we definitely do. But that's not the main focus of this episode. But
But the thing that then kind of is really funny with this is that then they have been surging in the polls, at least the past 4 months or so.
There was a Duma election very recently.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And the thing I just kind of back to Navalny is that he is not affiliated with any political party, because remember he got kicked out of Yabloko or Apple, which is what it translates to. And our boy here, I forget his name.
Which one?
The journalist guy was also a member of Yabloko as well, and has like very close ties to Navalny, and that there is this continuous push, like his awarding of the Nobel Prize. I mean, to be very fair, the Nobel Peace Prize is very much a Western-centric, very centric of like U.S., primarily U.S., but like underscore democratic Western values and whatnot.
Yeah. Nobel Peace,
and if you look at
talking about Russia? Sorry.
Yeah, we are still talking about Russia. If you look at the people who've gotten in the past, it's typically people who are just like somehow aligned more or less with like the Western liberal project.
You think the European Union is aligned with the Western
European? No. But like, so the thing of it being that then that a guy who's close to Navalny, who is like this weird, Ned CIA op sort of thing, getting this prize that anyone with half a brain shouldn't fucking care about, unless you're like Rob and Kieran, who like researching how horrible it is.
We're gonna make a lot of money off of this.
It's just I mean it's just really funny to me that then at the end of the day that they're still pushing this Navalny opposition, because it doesn't exist internally in the country really. As when we had Milo on the show talking about Russia the last time, it was that then politics really just like, do you like Putin or don't you like Putin? Like politics is
I know a bunch of like young people that are really into Navalny. Big fanboys, big time.
Oh, it definitely exists. It's just, it's not necessarily as big because like I think we talked about last time, it was always very, the people who supported it were always kind of like very urban, and then there's just like huge tracts of Russia that just like do not care.
Of course. It's mostly like also Russians that I would ask here, for example. I don't think they're all big fans of Navalny.
Sure.
A lot of the times.
And then there's the other issue, I think, or like the thing that I always think is very funny about mainly like modern NED practices like National Endowment for Democracy is you need to have a guy. Like you need to have like a singular person who that we can rally around, because the idea like
they're not very good at that lately.
No, they're not good at that either. But like there's obviously very obvious reasons why they wouldn't back the Communist Party of the Russian Federation. Which, we're doing a mini-series about that behind the paywall if anyone's interested.
Damn, why won't the U.S. support the communists? I need to
God
look into
damn it.
this a little bit more.
Okay, the communists also have like a problem though. Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, there was kind of like a division of them.
Yeah.
One of them like staying in the party, and another group like saying, it's basically a communist thing here. Like, okay, so the party saying the ones leaving would drive a division like through the party.
It would split the party.
Yeah, would split. Yeah, that's what I want to say. And while the ones leaving were accusing the party of like actually doing Kremlin politics.
Sure.
Because like there are like a lot of votings where they back the Kremlin decisions.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Yeah,
like they recognize the independence of like Donetsk and Luhansk and stuff like that. Yeah. And that's like there is problems. Don't get me wrong, but also the other thing that I noticed with the KPRF is that like there is a division. That it is like it is a party. It's a party of people and various different voices. It's not like one guy that the NED can like fund. And like Navalny not being attached to a party is perfect for that NED
is
shit.
perfect. It's the
same,
guy.
It's the same with the
Tikhanovskaya. Do you want to
Svetlana?
Svetlana Tikhanovskaya.
Thank you. But like she is one
I just
person
call her
who's like
Svetlana. We're on a first name basis.
we're on a first name basis, but that is like
I call her the future of Belarus.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what it translates as.
Yeah.
But like she is one person that they can back, and she's also very much not tied to a party, not really tied to a mass of people.
Tied to her husband.
Yeah.
Who's a
Her
YouTuber.
YouTuber husband, her fucking
He's
her
tied to the
her
internet.
PewDiePie boo thing, who's I guess still in jail.
Yeah, because he released a 5-hour-long
at
video
Ukraine.
rating the worst frogs or something. I don't know.
Look at Zelensky or something. Look at Ukraine.
Yeah.
I mean,
You need these like
need a guy.
apolitical. You need
Yeah.
a guy. You need like one person. What's this? A mass party? No, we're not doing that. We can't back that. Where does the money go?
The National Endowment of Democracy has just been too polluted by U.S. culture, where they're just waiting for the guy to come up to them and be like, "Hey, I got a guy," and they're like, "All right, yeah."
Mark Maron, NED consultant.
Trump was a guy, wasn't he?
It's
What?
literally
Trump was a guy.
Trump was a guy, yeah.
It's literally I need one set of 60 numbers. I need one IBAN. I need one bank account number to put the money in. Don't give me 12. Don't give me 200. Bullshit. Give me one.
Yes. You gotta know where it's going.
Exactly. I need receipts. Well, it is that because they just like they can't imagine a movement that isn't based around one guy. Like if this was happening to Germany, it would be Christian Lindner because that's the only.
It's not
Finally.
Olaf Scholz.
No, because that's like SPD is too nebulous. There's too many wings. It's
So
not
many
confusing.
people.
One guy, party with one guy.
Christian Lindner.
FDP.
Great guy, yes.
Ned, if you're listening, and
got a guy.
you want to do regime change in Germany.
Yeah.
We
Chris,
just-
we can give you Christian Linda's bank account. Can you pass me my wallet? It's
We just have his card.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But so I mean, like at the end of the day, the Europe was too sorry, not Europe. The Nobel Commission was too pussy to
To do Navalny.
to award the real winner.
But the European Parliament has message discipline.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
We are all
Yes,
on
we
the
know
same
that.
page here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Rob broke his brain for us, though, and looking in the sense of while it isn't just Navalny who is the coolest dude in Europe, according to this prize, first off, the nominees for this year were the most psychotic thing ever.
Well, I gotta check you already. There's 3 stages. You got
Oh,
the nominees,
Yep.
who can be nominated by at least 40 MEPs or any electoral grouping.
Right.
I'm about to turn to Kieran and make him do an Animaniacs song about all the different EU groupings, but not yet.
Oh, okay.
So that gets you on average like 5-ish.
Alabama.
And
Alaska,
then
Arizona.
from those 5-ish, you're going to get the 3 finalists, which they announce. I mean, they announce the nominees too.
it's a whole
And then from the
competition,
3 finalists, then you get the one winner. And so not only was Janine Agnes nominated by like the crank ECR, like we're just trolling you. They're like, all right, we'll move her on to the next round. She's
So
cool.
the East. So wait, who nominated who?
All right, we'll get into that. The finalists this year were the aforementioned Navalny, who won.
Yeah, King.
Janine Agnes.
Yep.
Damn
We're bringing
win.
Christianity back to Bolivia.
And then there was a lot of laughing about this, but I have a list. Afghan women. All right. there is a list of about
About damn time.
11 Afghan women here.
No, the whole country.
Okay, this was always presented to me as if all of Afghan women.
They have bad PR, man. 'Cause on the website it lists the Afghan women. The Afghan women were nominated by S&D and Greens.
I think that it was just
was
11,
nominated
so
by
then it-
EPP and Renew Europe. Janine Agnes nominated by ECR.
Of course.
And then, of course, the left's candidate did not get to the final to get to
Who
the
was
next
it?
round. Sultana Kaya, a Sahrawi activist and human rights defender based in the Western Sahara, promoting the right to self-determination for the Sahrawi people.
Yeah. Who was did ID nominate someone?
They didn't. They only nominated someone in 2020
Oh.
who was the Archbishop of Mosul
What?
because they're being persecuted by
yeah,
some
yeah.
ISIS and stuff. It's an ID-ass nomination.
It's the ID, yeah. That is, I guess, the perfect ID answer.
Before we go any further, we have to do the Animaniacs song. Kieran,
All right.
who are the electoral groupings in the European Parliament?
Okay, so ID that I was just mentioning about, that's your far right one. That's your La Lega. That's your I believe AFD's involved with that as well. So that's your like far right.
Identity and democracy
Yes,
is called?
that's correct. Because they still advocate this idea that they are like direct democracy people.
Right.
AKA cranks.
Yeah.
There used to be this ECFF that kind of, with the ID come out of that, or it's more of a mix?
Europe for Freedom and Democracy, EFFD or something.
Isn't
like
that what?
that had Brexit Party
yeah.
and 5 Star,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of small parties.
Yeah. They were the two big like darlings of it, but like Brexit Party's gone now, UKIP's gone now, and also 5 Star has become something different. Like
The anti-vaxxer party of Italy, baby.
yeah, basically they weren't really meant to be there to begin with. To be perfectly honest, it was one of those cases where the internal democracy voting platform of that party suspiciously broke when they were casting the vote for that.
It was the servers just got overwhelmed, dog.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
that happened, I don't know.
Real quick, some other ones are the FPU in Austria, Vlaams
course.
Belang in Belgium, the Danish People's Party, the Finns Party,
the worst party in
AfD.
every country,
yeah,
basically. With the
National
exception-
Rally, Le Pen's party in France.
The exception is of Golden Dawn because they're too far right wing to be in that party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're independent.
Yeah.
Also, I guess we can talk about ECR next because that leads me to the next bit because
Also right wing electoral
right
grouping.
wing.
Everyone's right.
they were founded by the Tories in the UK as a part of like David Cameron's like throwing a bone to the Eurosceptics within the UK of like we're going to be somewhat more Eurosceptic. The big star of that party now is Piss from Poland.
Piss.
Yeah, like say it like Macklemore. Piss.
This is a Macklemore themed episode
This is a
somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, we heard the demand. You want more Mackle.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And so ECR is like respectable right wing. So like the worst party in Sweden is actually a part of the ECR because
Yeah.
they're not.
Look at Sweden.
But
Swedish
at-
Democrats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As is Vox in Spain, they're in ECR.
Oh really?
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's
Whoa,
what
okay.
it's saying
They're
right
in the
here.
wrong group.
No, they were definitely an EFDD before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
where
it's a
they
mix,
belong.
is my point, because there are some right wing ass
I mean, you
parties.
also have Piss Party in there. So
Fratelli
it's like,
d'Italia is
yeah.
in here.
Yeah. So for okay, that's purely for oppositional reasons because like La Lega got to ID first, basically. So they're just like we're opposed. Yeah, it's like a complete hodgepodge. There's been like a weird reckoning of the ECR since the UK left because like before the UK left, it was just PIS and the Tories, and then like a couple of independent
So many
MEPs.
others came,
Yeah.
though. Now,
But-
yeah.
Now it's like
They also
insane.
have ODS from Czech Republic. Shout out to Guatemala.
Yep. So we love them, but the
Yeah, that's a weird ass fucking.
ECR is like supposedly respectable far right.
Oh, but
that's
they're
why
the
they
ones
have
who have the.
LKR, yeah.
They're the ones who have the bonkers nominations.
Oh, absolutely.
So they seem to like take pleasure in this.
But ID is like the radical right wing. We don't participate in your.
I
like,
guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Bolshevik. Yeah, like that's what I don't know. I'm trying to get into their headspace.
We will come back to the ECR's nominations.
Yeah.
So next would be EPP.
EPP, sure. That's your classic Christian democracy. That's CDU. That's PP in Spain. That's Les Républicains in France. So like, yeah, they've always been the classic center-right party that are now being threatened by the ECR and also Renew.
By the guys that are a bit more to the right.
Yeah.
More.
Because in the past were there any? How long have there been electoral groupings to the right of EPP? Has there always been one? I mean, because now there's two.
No, they're relatively new.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they are because like.
Which has an effect, spoilers, on the voting because each electoral grouping gets a vote in the final selection.
Yeah, because like it was when the Tories did it when they created the ECR. That was probably the first because all the other like far right groups would either, if they were trying to be respectable right wing, they would join EPP.
Orban was in EPP, of course.
Exactly, yeah. But like,
I know, but yeah, it's just so funny calling him respectable. Right.
Actually, remember,
no, he loves the EU.
No,
he does.
Yeah, he does. I know that.
He
yeah,
does.
of course. No, I don't mean that. That wasn't the problem that the fucking EPP had with him. Remember, there was that whole thing that was led by, if I'm not mistaken, it was AKK, who was asking when she was the head of the CDU for that split second. Remember that they were demanding that Orban leave the EPP.
Oh yeah, I do remember
so
that.
Fidesz,
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Fidesz is technically not a part of it anymore, but they like kind of.
But they are, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they would never leave. They will also never leave Europe.
No,
like, they're benefiting a lot from
the ECR and ID are basically like prettiest girl at the ball kind of thing with Fidesz to try and get them to join their group, if I'm not mistaken. But like. If anyone wants classic Salvini, and this is the indication of what the...
And why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
I'm a big Salvini hitter. I have all of his records. You know.
I'm a
all the B-sides,
yeah.
all the EPs, all the mixtapes.
I only
I
liked
have
him.
OCD about completing
I
my
only liked him
Salvini
when he was La
collection.
Lega Nord. Now that it's just La Lega.
You know who met with Salvini during the G20 summit?
Oh, what did you do?
Oh boy, Bolsonaro.
Oh yeah, because
Italian. He's Italian.
Bolsonaro got his citizenship.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, me and Bolsonaro.
Jesus Christ.
He visited his ancestors' village.
Yeah.
And then he went to World War II soldier memorial event.
He's like,
where
he's like,
him and
I'm
Salvini
home, baby.
were like, damn, love these fascist soldiers.
Do you know what? Ursula von der Leyen got to meet Dua Lipa this weekend. So really,
Giving out this dumbass Sakura Prize is the most important thing the EU is doing.
The point I was making,
like on the parliament level.
Wait. Why is that? Is it about Albania and like? Is it about?
Oh my God! It 100% is.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah.
I think it's about Albania.
No, it's
no, it's about Albania like extending territory. Von der Leyen is like, I can with these other two
Dua Lipa has
countries.
declared war on Europe.
Don't we're gonna come back next week. It's like, she's like, I was so sorry. I was just kind of confused. I was just Star Trek, but now Saarland belongs to Albania. So, whoops.
She's like, what's the fun? I couldn't do anything. Dua Lipa's too hot.
Point I was making though is that before very recently, like Salvini has been in the European Parliament for ages before he made it on national politics in Italy, but he was an independent. Because he had his party back in Italy, but no European grouping would happen because there was no.
Because a weirdo.
Yeah, there was no far right party. Yeah, he was going to like parliamentary meetings wearing T-shirts calling the Pope a Marxist and stuff like that. Like classic Salvini shit. There, I cannot stress enough.
Yeah, just like in his EP.
Deep cuts, deep Salvini cuts. Absolutely.
Club B sides.
Yeah. I'm giving this a light 8, maybe a hard 7 on the transition to to ALDA, now called Renew, which is
you managed.
they
Yes,
changed
thank you. I'm
names.
very happy about that. Alda's also psychotic, though.
But they've changed their name, so
Yeah.
now you've forgotten all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Don't remember the
It was
past.
actually interesting that they had one. They have this one just like some weird side note right now because we're going to talk about like.
There's been a lot of side
Pol-
notes tonight.
Poland,
It's
Belarus.
fine.
Such a good episode.
Because we're going to talk about Poland, Belarus later,
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah. Strap in.
maybe. So there is this like Dutch MEP. Her
Sure.
name is like
Idvan van Kloepenflauw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you
she's,
can
like,
fuck up the Dutch
actually-
names. We have no respect for
She
that.
was
It's
actually
fine.
criticizing like EU's like border behavior,
Yep.
and shit like that, which was a surprise to me. Just saying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, fair
She was
enough.
like, yeah.
So
Well,
I
so-
Because like when I was like when I looked her up, I was like, damn, I did not expect that.
Well, that's the really interesting thing with like ALDA and Renew is like it's a hodgepodge of like kind of milk toasty centrist, which I think is like what you could describe the Lib Dems from the UK
Yeah.
is what they were.
FDP's part of them.
FDP's
Yeah.
a part of it. That's the other side of it, though, of just like insane libertarians that
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if they got like really into that ideology, they might start criticizing borders and just saying like open it up, let's get some like free exploitable labor or whatever.
Probably.
yeah.
She was actually making a humanitarian argument.
Sure.
But maybe she didn't mean.
Yeah. I mean, but like there's definitely some like no borders types within
Yeah.
ALDA because it's kind of
They're all
confused.
anarchists. They're
Yeah.
ANCAPs.
The ANCAPs, yeah, probably closest to it.
Yeah.
But then you also have like the Macron like populist centrist kind of shit. That
Oh
goes
yeah, I
on.
completely forgot about that.
But
They're all-
Macron is
Yeah.
not technically, are they in alliance with Alda?
Macron technically doesn't have
No,
a
so
party
this-
right now, doesn't he?
This is the confusion between ALDA and Renew. ALDA still exists. Renew is a parliamentary grouping that combines basically Macron's Republic en Marche with
Huh?
But-
ALDA.
Oh, what?
Does Macron technically have a
Who's
party or
Lord?
no?
He
Oh,
does, yeah,
FDP.
Republic en Marche.
Who am I thinking of in France that like has themselves running for president without an actual party?
Zemmour is
I
like
think it's-
someone at the moment, but like
Yeah,
um,
he's very
the French
racist.
political system is kind of like weird and like a lot of like the strange formalities it has. Not to mention there's like different wings of Republic en Marche. Some of them just Rob's landed on some weird pages and stuff like En Marche by itself exists. Okay, but then after this we have S&D, your center left.
Oh wait, no, I know what I fucked it up with. It's the fact that then Macron was a part of the Socialist Party, and
Yes,
then
yeah,
okay.
The party basically formed around it.
Yeah.
They all were.
S&D, centre left, that's your SPD, Labour in the UK, PSOE in Spain. Then after that we have the Greens, complete hodgepodge, insane, ranging everywhere from anti-vaxxers to eco-fascists, whatever. It's the Greens.
But they're all green.
It's all green. Yeah, you
Somehow.
don't. Hey, do you not want to die in a fire or drown in the sea? Vote green. So yeah, there's them, and then further left we have European left.
Yeah.
Yeah, the left.
And Nordic Greens.
They've kind of rebranded.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're literally just called like I think
Yeah, it still
GUE
says Gwingle at the
yeah,
top.
GUE/NGL because it's Nordic Green Left, and then GUE is the French for United Left of Europe. Gauche.
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 Go for
Unité.
it. Go for it.
You can do this. Yeah. I can understand
I
more
think-
French. I can't speak it. But like, yeah, it's they're still going strong, but they're kind of like doing this rebranding thing of just calling themselves the left or the European left. They're good.
Yeah. Those were the European Parliament groupings,
Thank you.
everyone. So this is how the prize is chosen, real quick. As I mentioned before, call for nominations. Any one of these political groups, or at least 40 MEPs, can nominate somebody.
Sure.
Then the nominations are assessed by the Foreign Affairs Committee and the Development Committee.
Oh, that's so normal.
Yeah.
Sure.
The one has like the Foreign Affairs is like 75 members. The other one is like 30. So they're the ones who take it down, those groups, down to the 3 finalists, which really seems like somewhat anticlimactic because, again, there's only like 5 or 6 to start with. The reason for that is that oftentimes 2 groupings will like nominate the same person or
Yeah.
just not nominate anybody, whatever. Then
Everyone nominating the Bolivian fascists.
The laureate is selected by the Conference of Presidents, which is the leader in each electoral grouping in the parliament and the president of the European Parliament.
Okay.
So
President of the Commission, the Parliament. Okay. Yeah,
the David the Sassoli guy.
Sassoli, yeah.
Sassoli. So S&D
don't
has
like him,
2
right?
votes.
We don't like him.
No. We don't like any of these people.
I mean, I don't have. I'm being honest. I don't have strong feelings about him either.
Sassoli's
I haven't thought of him
Parliament,
since
right?
Kieran
Yeah,
told me
very-
about him
I
2
just know
years
that
ago.
he said, how about Europe supports building of fences, barbed wire fences and walls.
Right.
Oh, that was the other day.
You're out.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
other day,
I forgot about that. Oh, yeah.
Great guy.
Cool.
Italian, yeah.
Mamma mia.
Mamma
It's-
mia, more wall.
And then the winner,
Goombas are getting in again.
the winner is given 50k euros and a nice award ceremony where they speak in front of the parliament in Strasbourg.
Wait, they get money? Oh yeah,
Just
every prize gets
50,000 euros. I mean, Nobel Peace
Whoa,
Prize
hang
gets
on.
like.
How did we get this?
The Nobel Prize winner gets like $1 million or
Yeah,
some
no,
shit.
exactly.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Sakharov.
Yeah, there was
He
the
was
year. There was the
pretty
year
stingy.
that Sakura won it, didn't want it, but he wanted the money.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. Is
That's
this
just-
just a way of funneling NED money through another?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
It is.
God damn it.
Well, okay, it's funny you say that because I was going into the history ready for some hilarious choices because from 2020, that's great. That's exactly what we're looking for here.
Yeah.
Navalny, Agnes, and Afghan women.
It was 2021.
Right, 2021.
Oh, yeah,
I love that
2020.
they gave it to Afghan women.
Yeah.
No, they didn't give it to them exactly.
No, they nominated.
But it was,
Like,
We did have a list. I think you were out of the
50K
room.
has
There
to
are
be split
11
up.
There are
from
11
all
women.
in Afghanistan.
we have a bounded list of Afghan women.
and they decided to give it to Navalny.
Yes.
Yeah, because he needs that Ned money.
But in general, looking through the results, not only is it not the Nobel Peace Prize brain thing where they give it to both sides.
Yeah.
Again, if you haven't listened to the episode, go back. Like both Henry Kissinger and Vietnam's negotiator won the Nobel Peace Prize. Nelson Mandela
No, but
and the last apartheid president of South Africa.
But he just died.
Yeah, we just died.
Where is Putin's Sakharov Prize?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why they
No,
couldn't
but
give it to him
that
because the
year,
Nobel Peace
though-
Prize would have to give it to both of them.
Yeah.
That year, though,
They can't betray
I
their
forget who it was in
principles.
Vietnam
makes
who was
sense.
awarded it refused to
Yeah.
accept it.
Yeah. Because it's
Pimp
like,
move.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, damn, we give it to Kissinger.
Sakharov Prize hasn't really done that. And honestly, I haven't gone through all the names.
they
So
don't care.
if you're listening and have extra time, scroll through those names. Not bad nominations from 1988 to about 2017 specifically.
Nelson Mandela got it once.
Nelson Mandela and a Soviet dissident, Anatoly Marchenko were the inaugural prize winners. A lot of the classics, like I said, 5 people got the Sakharov Prize and the Nobel Peace Prize. Some are surprisingly, in 2001, it was given to 3 people: the Angolan Dom Zacharias Kamwenho, but also a Israeli and Palestinian activist. The Israeli activist being the Professor Nurit Peled Elhanan, who's pretty good, saying supports BDS,
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
that I cannot imagine in 2021 the EU
Nope.
ever
Oh, yeah, of
given
course not.
20
this
years
award.
later.
Yeah, there's
and she won.
There's in the end of history, who we give this prize to doesn't kind of matter. It's kind of but now things of history going again.
History's kicked back into gear.
Yeah,
it
someone
seems like.
someone plugged in
Yeah,
history again.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Damn.
The only other one I want to bring up is that in 2012, the Arab Spring activist Alaa Abdel Fattah had his nomination so he's nominated by the left, and it was revoked by the left because tweets of his were publicized, which called for killing Israelis. I'll let you read the tweets yourselves. I shouldn't say anything.
Yeah, it's not our place to a poster can exist in their own realm.
We feel
you
that,
do your own research.
We feel conflicted about it because that year we actually received 50,000 euros.
Yeah.
So it's conflict of interest.
Yo, back to the Macklemore Kendrick shit. I heard that you was conflicted.
There's article from the Middle East Eye being critical of the left's decision or to revoke in the description.
But then things start getting kooky.
Well, I don't know when exactly,
It
the
started.
I made
the water supply was contaminated, but it seems like it goes back to 2017.
Who was 2017?
2017. Well, I have it. I can bring it up. I have all the nominees from 2017 in front of me.
I made the suggestion earlier in the group chat that the migrant crisis made Twisted EU, and then the Sakharov nomination
Return to Twisted EU.
Yeah,
Listen to our last
Juggalo
bonus episode.
EU.
Juggalo EU, Jokerfied EU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here are all of the nominees from 2017 because why not?
Yeah.
Let's go crazy. Asia Bibi, that's Asiya Noreen, a Pakistani Christian woman sentenced to death in 2010 under the country's blasphemy law, nominated
she's
by
dead.
ECR.
How do you
I
50
don't know.
grand to a dead woman?
Wait, yeah. Oh, she's still alive.
Family? Maybe.
I think she's still alive.
No,
No?
she's alive.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good.
All right, well,
We gave her the prize for getting out of a death sentence. She's an escape artist.
next is Aura Lolita Chavez. I can't say his last name. Ichkachik, a human rights defender from Guatemala, nominated by the Greens. You can see there tends to be patterns in these kinds of nominations. The next are Selahattin Demirtas and Figen. I'm not good with Kurdish names. Yüksekdağ, co-chairs of the pro-Kurdish People's Democratic Party in Turkey, arrested in November 2016 on terrorism
Yeah.
charges.
Wait.
That's some good shit. That's
They were nominated
HDB.
by-
Wait.
GUE and GO.
Okay.
Dimitar.
Yeah, all right, thank you. All right. I was like, wait, what did Rob
I don't
just
know.
say? Demirtas.
I didn't know I was going to
Yeah.
read them all. It was a spur of the
No,
moment
it's
thing.
fine.
I would have practiced. I would have Googled
They
the
were nominated by the
foremost.
left, weren't they?
Of course.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Democratic.
They ran for president out of prison, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. That's not cool. It's horrible.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
And then we get to Democratic opposition in Venezuela, National Assembly, and
Here
all
we
political
fucking go. And
prisoners
they won, didn't
as
they?
listed by, and then the Foro Penal Venezolano, they list a bunch of names, nominated by EPP and ALDE.
That's right.
Of
course.
course.
Yeah, that's right. So that's them. That's
the
them being
anti-communist.
pussy. They don't want to nominate. They don't want to nominate Juan Guaido. They're too afraid.
Juan Guaido not mentioned in this list of names. I think he wasn't a very
Oh.
big name in 2017.
2017.
He was pretty
He was
small fish.
He came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm interim president now.
Oh, so many of my eyes.
That's what they did with their 50 grand. They found their Juan
Yeah.
Guaido.
Yeah, they handed him 50
Like one of those
grand.
YouTubers. Yeah. We approached a guy on the street and gave him $50K to change his life. He'll be president,
Find
bro.
me a Juan Guaido.
Oh my God, yeah.
So many eyes are opening.
The last two are Dawit Isaak, a Swedish Eritrean playwright. He's been in prison without trial since 2001 by Eritrean authorities. Nominated by
Sweden?
S&D
Oh, in Eritrea, okay.
Eritrea, yeah, and 46 other MEPs. The last is Pierre Claver Bonimpa, a Burundian human rights activist, escaped an assassination attempt in 2015, living in Belgium, nominated by EFDD. Drum roll, please. Democratic opposition in Venezuela
Yeah.
won.
That's right.
Yes, of
They took
course.
50
Of
grand
course.
down to
Why
their...
would you give it to the Kurdish activists and
course not.
politicians?
They took that 50 grand, they brought it down to the finest Nazi science operation paperclip lab, and they're like, give me a Juan Guaido. Money on the table.
And man, did they come through?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it did.
This man is called Juan Guaido.
I was just thinking earlier, like we can crunch the numbers on like which nominees win the most because unsurprisingly that it seems like Alde's nominee wins like every time. Because they're
Alde,
exactly in the middle, and the ECR and whoever are like, yeah, that's fine too. Like I know we nominated
So who
someone
won?
else.
Who
but-
won 2020?
What? The story? We're not done with 2017 yet.
Oh wait, it's we have the winner though. It
no,
is-
because they won all well and good, but this decision was publicly protested, I believe for the first time, boycotted by the left
Yeah,
in the European
rightfully so.
in the
Right.
European Parliament.
Why would you? Yeah.
If I can pull up their quote
Can't they
here.
fucking do a whole fucking like opposition? Oh, they did that with Navalny. Never mind.
Yeah, wait.
No,
What are you
why
talking about? This
like,
is
yeah,
Europe,
yeah.
baby.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wait, now I need a second. I can't find
Can't
it.
wait until we get Belarusian Juan Guaido.
We have her. She just sucks.
No, we're getting a new one. And like in 3 years' time, we're gonna be reading the Sakharov Prize, and we're gonna say your one's name, and we're gonna be like, who? That's not Juan Guaidovka.
Yeah, where in the world is Juan Guaido?
It's him there in his like terrible Venezuelan Spanish, just being like, "I love Belarus."
That's still my favorite bit of all time. Whenever there's like a contested election.
And he shows up and it's like, I'm interim president.
Oh, you thought it was contested before, but now I'm here as well. Third floor of the ring.
Whenever there's like a recount or something of any election, it's like, oh, Juan Guaido has declared himself the president.
Okay, I'm not sure if I've said this on the main feed before, because this is like some deep stream lore of when I was streaming on the channel by myself.
So you were definitely in a.
I was in a Volt brain. I was in Volt brain.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Volt brain. We haven't heard about Volt in months.
Yeah, but it's not important because the two of the three founders of Volt left and started their own thing called.
No, we're not talking about Volt.
No. It's related. It's related. Started a thing called Atlas Movement.
Atlas.
You did not both do that.
Everyone did the Randy Santel Atlas pose. Twitch.tv/corner Späti. But Atlas Movement, all they seem to do is hold like Zoom call talks of like, we got together with a bunch of authors from around the world. I was just scrolling through the Twitter feed trying to find, and then who should appear?
Juan Guaido.
Juan Guaido! Hanging out with Volt's sloppy seconds.
Of course.
And the mighty have fallen.
Oh God, I love how they called themselves the fucking the Atlas Group.
Atlas Movement.
Atlas Movement. What a bunch of fucking nerds
gosh.
naming themselves after an Ayn Rand book.
Ew.
I think it's the common source that Atlas
Atlas
carries the world.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they think they
On his
carry the world.
shoulders.
Or
No,
what?
no, they are all people who will tell you that one of their favorite books is Atlas Shrugged.
Probably.
All right, so you have the floor again, Rob. You're gonna share.
No, there's not that much to say. I just wanted to pull up the quote from the left.
Yes, please.
We express our regret over the European Parliament's decision to award this year's Sakharov Prize to the so-called Venezuelan opposition.
That's right.
By bestowing this honor upon them, it not only undermines any chance for dialogue, but also for peace to prevail in any democracy.
Yeah.
Human rights are too serious an issue and should not be instrumentalized by Parliament.
Yeah.
I agree. Only a little quibble is that human rights were always instrumentalized. It's kind of the whole
Yes,
point of the
yeah.
idea. But, it seems like that point in 2017 when there's a nominee that the left group or a group will boycott seems to have sent things off the rails, and now we're getting Janine Anya's nomination.
I understand the left can only take it, can only handle this so much of seeing the Sakharov Prize go to some guy called Javier Goebbels von Sudetenland. It's not gonna hold up after a while.
Yeah, but I feel that we got the pinnacle of this award last year.
Oh yeah. So 2018, not much happens. 2019, Navalny gets his first nom from EPP.
Wow.
Yeah, first mixtape dropped. Yeah.
And then 2020. Now this is interesting. There are okay. I can go through most of them. Activists in Beta Carse. I shouldn't say names off the cuff on the podcast. Honduran activists nominated by the Greens and the left. The Polish LGBTI activists enlist a bunch, nominated by a group of MEPs. Oh, they're the founder of the website's Atlas of Hate. Again, Atlas.
What?
The ID nominates the Archbishop of Mosul, as I said.
Mosul.
Now we have two separate nominations here.
Yeah.
The first is the Democratic Opposition in Belarus, represented by the Coordination Council, an initiative of brave women and political and civil society figures, nominated by EPP, S&D, Renew Europe, which is ALDE. So the meat of the sandwich here. Then we have a separate line that says the Democratic Opposition in Belarus, represented by Svetlana, I'm going to mess up her name, nominated by ECR. And who won? But the Democratic Opposition in Belarus, represented by Svetlana. So the ECR muscled their way in and was like, hey, we agree.
No way.
We're going to nominate it to the Belarusian opposition. But our girl Svetlana is going to get.
Yeah.
I think that it was made of a consensus after the fact that
Crazy.
the elections happened, which I think we have to
There
go.
was like a 2-3 month process.
Yeah, but I think
nominations
no.
and
But
the
of
final
course,
choice.
I think that we have to remember too that the Belarusian elections were really funny in the sense that then Svetlana Tishanovskaya was on the ballot, of course, but didn't start naming herself the opposition candidate until weeks after the election,
Yeah, that's
which is
true.
not how that works.
Yeah, that's true.
So within the 2-3 month process, that makes perfect sense that they like did the nomination of that and then like just kind of like gave themselves like a little edit because she is the very obviously the Ned candidate because she has met on multiple times with the National Endowment for
They
Democracy.
have this whole like fucking conversation on the phone and shit.
It was a fake one, yeah, where those Russian
exactly.
pranksters, like
the Russian pranksters.
yeah, they
Russian jackass.
yeah, Russian jackass.
Yeah.
Of let's get on a Ned call.
Yeah.
So I need to check myself slightly. There seems to be honestly some like
Johnny,
cyber
not
warfare
fully
here
off.
going on. So from the European Parliament website, it says they presented the 2020 Sakharov Prize for Freedom of Thought to Svetlana, so whatever,
Tishanovskaya.
and someone else. And then the next line says it's represented by the Coordination Council, an initiative of brave women in political
They tried
and civil
to
society figures.
like. They tried
So
to
they're just
Voltron.
combining them into one.
yeah.
Like, okay, it's still this Coordination Council, but we'll give your girl Svetlana a little more airtime.
Yeah,
Her face is on the Wikipedia list.
it is.
Yeah.
I did notice that. Yeah.
Poor Veronica Sapkala.
It's always so funny because I scroll through the Wikipedia list where you're like, oh, how do I pronounce your name again? Democratic Opposition. Oh, this is useless.
And that takes us about up to the present day. And I got to say, I like where this is going. ECR went from like, kind of being like, why don't you, do Svetlana specifically to why not just Janine Áñez? Let's just go for it. So they could do anything next
Finally,
year.
Christianity has returned to Europe.
Why does that photo of Alexei Navalny looks like Til Schweiger?
Wait, what? Yeah, I want to see this.
It looks like a Til Schweiger movie moment. I don't know. Right?
He looks nothing like
No.
that.
Yeah, no, I mean like from like afar. It looks.
No, I know what you're saying. Like, in this photo, he does,
Yes,
but in
exactly.
reality, he looks like a fucking like
yeah, he looks
nerdy
different.
dweeb.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
put like a very like action movie hero kind
Yeah.
of photo in there.
Yep.
It's like,
That's
yeah.
what he is.
Yeah.
Not a dweeb.
Not like a
no.
Rick and Morty watching TVS.
Not a guy that makes YouTube
Rick and Morty.
videos.
Yeah,
Rick
he's
and Morty.
a YouTuber.
Yeah,
Rick
yeah.
and Morty.
This is the future.
Rick and Morty. Rick.
You know,
Rick,
who also
Rick,
is a.
Rick.
This is the
You
future.
know, who's also a YouTuber.
Svenjan as well.
Yeah, wife, husband.
Husband.
Oh, yeah.
And also,
So-
what is a TV star of Ukrainian television if not
Yeah.
a YouTuber?
Yeah, exactly. So this is basically all just going to YouTubers.
Yeah.
So like, if you want to have,
All right,
the
we're nominating-
Sakharov Prize,
Well, all right.
prize-
So here we are now for the finale of this episode.
Yeah.
Of we are establishing our own award,
Hell yes.
Oh,
which what is it called, Rob? You had a really good name for it.
I believe it's the Cornish Späti Award for European swag, something like that.
Yeah.
Good name.
I got to double check my
All right.
notes.
So each one of us will get to nominate someone, and
there we go.
We
Right
will
now?
award that. You can do it now.
No,
you can do
I
it
can't
later.
do
I don't
that.
give a shit.
And then the president of Cornish Späti,
Me.
How we discuss this.
Well, Rob and I already decided on the winner for this year. It's
Oh,
a
without me, no, that is
but without you guys
democratic.
because you guys weren't quick
You'll
enough.
be releasing a statement.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Definitely after this.
Yeah, Rob and I are
I'm
like
really
kind of the
disappointed to see
EPP and
that-
the ECR.
That Cornish Späti president. You can find which one like
So
I mean.
we gave Rob and I gave the award to drum roll, please. Thank you.
You're bad at this.
Wait, who did we give it to? It was Money Boy and who else?
I said the Russian YouTube grandma with the green screen.
That's
And
right.
Money Boy.
Oh,
And Money Boy.
Tatiana.
They have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
split it. Yeah, Tatiana and Money Boy.
That's
received
right.
it.
The inaugural Cornish Späti European Swag Award.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
So,
get
nothing.
no,
You
we
get
have-
50
we have
kick
something. You get a Danke Merkel juice.
and a firm handshake from your father.
Okay, no, we cannot promise the Danke Merkel juice because once they're gone, they're gone.
yeah, true. Yeah.
Because once Merkel's gone, she's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it.
So we can give
Just
this award.
realized that.
We can give this award every week if you guys want. You know.
Movie of the week. A real ass dude of the week. Yeah, let's see.
Every week is Money Boy in my book.
Every 12th of November, the Cornish Späti Swag Award, European Award for Swagness, will be given out
To Money Boy.
to Moneyboy and someone we half remember from doing Euro vibes.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Kieran's nominee was
Randy Santel.
Randy Santel, but we had to disqualify him because he's not European.
Yeah.
I hate this.
The
And
ECR
Julia just
nominated-
gave us a list of Russian rappers that we
Yeah.
had no time to go through. So.
Why not?
We don't know how to use the Cyrillic keyboard.
Obviously, it's face of Pharaoh.
Yeah.
We do have a representative from the ECR here who nominated Lars von Trier.
But only because of his statements at the
Where he said he understands Hitler? Yes.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh.
I feel like we're in a good space to
Yeah.
now do the a Euro Vibe stream because this
Yeah.
has been a Euro
Yeah.
Vibes ass episode.
So, on that note, I know that we ran a little bit longer than normal. We will catch you guys all next week. Is there anything that we have to shout out before we dip?
January 9th at Dunno 115, we will be doing a live show again with Spas Bremse.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll all be there. All right. And if some of us aren't, that's your fault, the listener. You did that.
Yeah, this is a Catholic podcast. You have to carry the shame.
Yeah.
And guilt.
Nick wasn't there because he hates you, person.
Insert name here.
Do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your shit together. Yeah, don't
This is
know.
also a Catholic podcast in the sense that if you don't come, I demand 10 Hail Marys and 4 Our Fathers.
Oh, that's not too much.
And yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's been the past.
Okay. Well, in that case, we will see you on the bonus feed. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye.